The word hangry. Yeah, it seems to be such a modern word. It's a funny word. We all know what it means, angry and hungry. But did you know vegans can actually get hungry quicker than omnivores? So I'm here to help you stop being hungry as a vegan. Roll on the intro. Hi, Fee here, the Healthy Vegan author, helping people to go vegan through my books and encouraging you to stay a healthy vegan. Now, before we go any further, sorry about any glare on my glasses. I'm house sitting a gorgeous cat at the moment, hence the reason I'm not in my office. But, let's do this anyway. I know that I can bang on a bit about being a healthy vegan. And yes, I do know that being vegan is a lifestyle devoted to the freedom for animals from the horrendous abuse they suffer at the hands of humans. But it is entirely possible to take your own health into consideration when you set out on the vegan path. Many new vegans, they watch documentaries like Dominion or Earthlings, and that's it, going vegan right now. Trouble is, they reach for foods to replace the meat, and many times they're using processed foods that don't really have the same nutrition as whole plant foods. We also digest plants totally differently than we do animal products, but I'm not going to get into a biology lesson right here. You can research that yourself. Animal foods are calorie dense. Plants are not. This means that often we can feel hungry far quicker than we ever did when we were eating animals. So let's look first at what makes you, you. Now, I've talked before about gut bacteria, or giving it its correct name, microbiome. And the microbial environment in your gut actually makes up about 80 to 90% of your body. The rest is your own cells and your bones and your blood and your skin and your lymphatics, etc. So now that means you actually have to feed the gut bacteria in order to exist and to function. And the types of bacteria you have will usually dictate what you eat. You see, the body will keep looking for food until it has all the nutrients it requires. Once it has the nutrients, it will tell the brain that it's full. You really need to listen to your body and what it needs. So my suggestion is that you start adding some fermented foods in order to help populate your gut with good plant-eating bacteria. So next, the animal products are calorie dense, and that's why you're going to need to eat more when you switch to a vegan foods. You need to make sure you're getting enough calories. You also want good carbs, some fats, and lots of leafy greens. So try to make your meals as whole food as possible, and definitely eat when you're hungry. Get into the way of having snacks, but good nutrient-rich snacks like bananas and dates, all and every sort of fruit, nuts and seeds, although not too many of those. Things like smoothies and hummus, even soups and salads make for a great snack. Eating is kind of done differently. You may not necessarily have 3 meals a day like you used to. More kind of grazing with kind of 3 that are a little more bulked out. But you also want to look at increasing the portions you eat at meal times. And try having beans, lentils, grains, or tofu at every meal to bulk that meal up. And speaking of which, don't deprive yourself of carbohydrates. They are a mainstay in the plant-based diet. They are the body's primary source of fuel, and it's crucial for healthy brain, thyroid, and digestive function, and keeping you full, happy, and healthy. I do kind of worry when I hear people say that going on a carb-free diet. But another thing to remember is always keep hydrated. Sometimes when we think we're hungry, we're in fact dehydrated. So make sure that you drink plenty of water, because then when you do start to feel hungry, you'll know that's what it is. If you haven't drunk for a while and you feel hungry, try having a glass of water first. That may just be what it is. So if we put all of this in a nutshell, 1, eat when you start to get hungry. 2, eat a variety of whole plant foods, making sure that you're getting enough calories. And 3, drink lots of water. And if you put those things into practice, you won't get hungry. And now it's time for the wee bonus fact. So I mentioned about gut bacteria, and honestly, we are really just the host for all these bacteria. We are superfluous. We honestly are. It's the bacteria that keeps us alive and keeps us functioning. So how can you help your gut bacteria? Well, first of all, a plant-based diet is a huge bonus to improving your health, not to mention preventing disease. However, of the thousands of species of gut microbes that live with you, some are healthy and good for you, and others, meh, not so much. So here's some tips. High fiber foods feed the healthy bacteria that improve immune function, reducing inflammation, and even helping regulate your mood. Eat a good source of prebiotic-rich foods like Jerusalem artichokes. If you've never tried them, give them a go. Chicory root, raw dandelion greens, leeks, and the ones that we should know, leeks, onions, garlic, asparagus, really good, whole wheat, spinach, beans, bananas, oats, soybeans. That's just to name a few. Have fermented foods because in fermented foods there are live bacteria or probiotics, and you would have heard of probiotics. So examples of this are sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, really good, kimchi, and water kefir. Kombucha is also another one. Limit fat like fried foods. So if you really need to, use just a cooking spray, or better still, use a veggie broth instead of oil. And try to use low-fat salad dressings. You really are wanting the good fats that you find in nuts and seeds and avocados, those sorts of things. That's the fat you're wanting, not the fats that you find in oils. Try to avoid antibiotics if you can. And actually, meat eaters get secondary antibiotics due to the fact that 80% of these drugs are used in animal agriculture. But last and not least, make sure you're getting enough sleep and manage your stress levels. The gut bacteria or gut microbes who actually rule you, they don't like stress. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got something from this video, please share. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, clicking the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Remember, have great food, Make it whole plant-based and be compassionate to all animals, including humans. Bye for now.